The clock on my bedside table glowed with an eerie light, a constant reminder of the passage of time. 3 a.m. Again, the numbers seemed to mock me, a digital taunt in the darkness. My body was exhausted, every muscle ached for rest. But my mind raced a runaway train, careening down a track. I was replaying the day's events, scrutinizing every conversation, worrying about tomorrow's challenges, and spiraling into a vortex of anxiety. It was a nightly ritual I couldn't seem to break free from. Sleep felt like a distant shore, a mythical land I could never quite reach. No matter how desperately I yearned for it, I tried everything I could think of, every trick and tip I'd ever heard, no matter how hard I tried. This wasn't just a bad night, a temporary disruption. It was my normal, a chronic condition that had taken root in my life. I tried every bedtime ritual imaginable, a whole arsenal of sleep-inducing techniques, dim lights, creating a relaxing atmosphere, no screens banishing all electronic devices from the bedroom, chamomile tea, sipping on herbal infusions, meditation attempting to quiet the storm within. Yet as the hours ticked by with agonizing slowness, each second in eternity, dread crept in like a shadow, and my heart raced, a frantic drumbeat against my ribs. The quiet of the house, which should have been soothing, only amplified the relentless noise in my head, the endless chatter of worries and anxieties. Each morning felt like a crushing defeat, a stark reminder of another night lost to insomnia, dragging myself out of bed with the weight of exhaustion pressing down on me, irritable, disconnected from the world around me, and unable to fully enjoy life's simple pleasures. The world moved in vibrant color, a kaleidoscope of experiences unfolding, but I was stuck behind a foggy pane of glass, watching life pass me by, unable to fully participate. As a doctor, I routinely advise patients on the importance of sleep hygiene, preaching the benefits of a consistent sleep schedule and a relaxing bedtime routine. But I couldn't seem to fix my own sleep problems, no matter how hard I tried to apply my own advice. The hypocrisy weighed heavily on me, a constant reminder of my own failings. How could I effectively help others heal and thrive when I, myself, was slowly falling apart? Consumed by exhaustion, I was desperate for a solution, willing to try anything that might offer a glimmer of hope for just one night of real restorative rest, a single night where I could drift off peacefully and wake up feeling refreshed. Insomnia became my secret shame, a hidden burden I carried in silence. Afraid to admit my struggles to others, I just didn't know where else to look, what other avenues to explore in my desperate search for a cure. My quest for sleep became an obsession. I tried every supplement, magnesium, valerian root, L-theanine melatonin, each one a new hope, each one a disappointment, calming apps, weighted blankets, sleep trackers. Nothing worked. The data only made me more anxious. Fatigue seeped into my work. I struggled to focus, felt like an imposter, and lost my empathy. My passion for medicine faded as I ran on empty. Fearing a serious mistake was inevitable. I even considered prescription sleeping pills, something I'd always warned patients about. The thought terrified me. It felt like surrender. Staring at my reflection, I barely recognized myself. Pale, exhausted, defeated. I knew I couldn't keep going like this. There had to be another way. I was missing something crucial. The breakthrough came from an old book on metabolism. It explained how the liver stores glycogen to fuel the brain overnight, and if those stores run low, stress hormones wake us up. Suddenly it clicked. My 3 a.m. awakenings might be a physiological response, not just anxiety. I realized I'd been fasting for over 12 hours every night, following the advice to avoid late eating. What if my body was simply running out of fuel? The idea was radical, but the logic was clear. Our brains need steady energy, even during sleep. Maybe my mind wasn't the problem. Maybe my body was just hungry. This new perspective gave me hope. It was a tangible, testable solution. No pills, no gadgets. What if eating before bed could help? I decided to experiment using myself as the subject. It was time to challenge everything I'd been taught. I dug into the science of how food affects sleep. Tryptophan, found in protein-rich foods, is a precursor to serotonin and melatonin, key chemicals for sleep. But tryptophan needs carbohydrates to reach the brain, which is why a mix of both is effective. Magnesium, found in nuts and leafy greens, calms the nervous system and supports sleep. The perfect bedtime snack isn't random. It's a strategic combo: tryptophan, healthy carbs, and minerals. This provides steady energy and the building blocks for sleep hormones. It's not about knocking yourself out, but giving your body what it needs to drift off naturally. Food could be the missing piece. I was ready to put it to the test. After countless nights of tossing and turning, I was desperate for a solution. I started experimenting with different foods, researching natural sleep aids, and that's when I created a simple snack: half a banana, not too ripe, not too green, just perfectly sweet and soft, a tablespoon of almond butter, the natural kind without any added sugars or oils, just pure creamy almond goodness, and a sprinkle of cinnamon, just a dash enough to add a little warmth and flavor. The banana offered healthy carbs and magnesium, essential for muscle relaxation and preparing the body for sleep. It's a natural source of energy that doesn't lead to a crash. Almond butter provided protein, tryptophan, and healthy fats. Tryptophan is a precursor to serotonin and melatonin, both crucial for regulating sleep. The healthy fats help keep you feeling full and satisfied. Throughout the night, it was easy to make, requiring minimal effort and ingredients, and gentle on my stomach. I needed something that wouldn't cause digestive upset and keep me awake first night. I ate it 30 minutes before bed, giving my body enough time to digest and absorb the nutrients. Skeptical but hopeful. I had tried so many things before, but there was a small part of me that dared to believe this simple snack could make a difference. That night I slept through until morning. A rare and precious occurrence after months of restless nights. No 3 a.m. Wake up, no anxiety, just a solid, uninterrupted stretch of sleep. I repeated the ritual and the results were consistent, night after night. The same peaceful slumber, deep restorative sleep, night after night. I woke up feeling refreshed and ready to tackle the day. The solution was so simple, I was stunned. How could something so basic have such a profound impact? Expensive supplements and gadgets had failed, promising miracle cures but delivering only disappointment. But this basic snack worked. It was a testament to the power of natural foods and listening to your body's needs. I realized I'd been ignoring my body's needs, focusing on external solutions instead of addressing the root cause, trying to silence my mind instead of fueling it with the right nutrients. The answer wasn't complicated. It didn't involve complex algorithms or expensive technology. It was about listening to my body and giving it what it needed to function optimally. My nightly battle with insomnia was over. The war was won and peace had finally arrived. I felt rested for the first time in years, like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. A small bowl of food had changed everything, proving that sometimes the most effective solutions are the simplest. Sometimes the simplest solutions are the most powerful, offering profound results without requiring complex interventions. I finally found peace not just in sleep, but in understanding my body's needs and providing it with the nourishment it craved. The change was immediate. Waking up rested felt miraculous. My mood improved. Irritability and impatience vanished. I laughed with my family, engaged with my kids, and felt present. Again, At work, the brain fog lifted. I focused, empathized, and reconnected with my passion for medicine. I was thriving, not just surviving physically. My sugar cravings disappeared, and my energy was stable all day. I no longer needed caffeine or sugar to get going. My overall diet improved, and even my weight stabilized. Most importantly, I'd learned to listen to my body. My insomnia wasn't a malfunction, it was a message. Honoring that signal rebuilt trust between my mind and body. I was no longer at war with myself. Sleep became my foundation for a better life. Why is such a simple solution? One that seems almost too obvious in its elegance, so overlooked. Why do we consistently miss the forest for the trees? Especially when it comes to something as fundamental as our relationship with food and sleep. It's a question worth pondering, as the answer might unlock a cascade of positive changes in our lives. Our culture fears food, and especially at night. We've been conditioned to view late-night eating as a cardinal sin, a surefire path to weight gain, and a disrupted metabolism. We're told to fast, to restrict our eating windows and endure periods of hunger, often in the name of health and longevity, avoid carbs, demonizing an entire macronutrient group, and associating it with all sorts of health woes, and never eat before bed, a rule so deeply ingrained in our minds that it feels almost sacrilegious to question it. Rules that ignore our biology. These modern dietary restrictions often clash with our innate physiological needs and the wisdom of our ancestors. Our ancestors ate when hungry, guided by their natural instincts and the rhythms of their environment, often sharing a big evening meal, a time for connection, nourishment, and celebration. In many cultures, a small bedtime snack is tradition, a comforting ritual passed down through generations. A glass of milk, warm and soothing, a bit of cheese providing a source of protein and tryptophan, a handful of nuts offering healthy fats and minerals.